Hi, everybody. This is the second part of binomial distributions. Still remember in the previous video, I showed you how do we find the probability for a binomial distribution. I hope that you still remember this formula. Px equal to r is equal to ncr times p raised to the power of r times q raised to the power of n minus r. Always remember, the sum of these two numbers must be always equal to the total number of tries. In this video, let's look at how do we find the mean, variance, and standard deviation for a binomial distribution. Okay, these are the three formulae that you need to remember. Means is equal to NP. Variance is equal to NPQ, and the standard deviation is equal to square root of NPQ. Why is N? N is a total number of tries. P is a probability of success, and Q is a probability of failure. Always remember, P plus Q is equal to 1. This means that if you are given the value of P, you can find the value of Q yourself. Same thing, if you are given the value of Q, you can find the value of P yourself. Okay, now let's try some questions so that you understand better how do we use these three formulae. Okay, now let's look at this question. 4% of the fluorescent lamps produced by a factory are defective. From a samples of 100 lamps chosen at random, calculate the mean and the standard deviation of the number of lamps that are defective. Okay, from here we know n is equal to 100. 4% of the fluorescent lamps produced by a factory are defective. So the question is asking the mean and the standard deviation of the number of lamps that are defective. So this means that P is equal to 4%. 4% if you convert it to decimal. Okay, let me write over here. P is equal to 4%. 4% is equal to 4 over 100, right? Which is equal to 0.04. So this question is pretty straightforward. We want to find the mean. The formula is NP, standard deviation, square root of NPQ, right? So we need N, P, and Q. Still remember I told you just now, P plus Q is always equal to 1. P plus Q is equal to 1. Now we have the value of P. Can we find the value of Q? Yes. So 0.04 plus Q is equal to 1. So Q is equal to 1 minus 0.04. Okay, from here we know that Q is equal to 0.96. Now we have the N, P, and Q. So it should be no problem to get the mean and the standard deviation. For part A, we want to find the mean. What is the formula? So at the beginning, I would suggest you to write the formula for many times so that you can remember the formula well. Let me write the formula first. Mean is equal to NP. Do I have N? N is equal to 100 and P is equal to 0.04. Okay, so 1, 2, this will be 4. The mean will be equal to 4. So how about the standard deviation? Standard deviation, still remember the formula, square root of NPQ. So if the question is asking about variance, the formula is NPQ. Standard deviation, we need to put a square root sign. Okay, so N is equal to 100. P is equal to 0.04. And Q is equal to 0.96. Don't forget to put the square root sign. Okay, then just press your calculator. You will be able to get the answer. Okay, so I'm going to correct it to 4 significant figures. So it will be 1.960. Okay, this is the standard deviation and the mean for this question. Okay, now let's look at the second question. A group of letters written on each card is placed in a box. Each card is drawn from the box with replacement before the next card is picked. The process is repeated n times, given that the mean of getting a letter A is 120 and the variance is equal to 40, find the value of n. Now we are given two information here. First, the mean. Mean is equal to 120. So try to think, what is the formula for mean? NP, right? So from here, we know that NP is equal to 120. Now we have the first equation. So how about the second information given here? Variance. So variance is equal to 40. What's the formula for variance? NPQ. NPQ is equal to 40. This is the second equation. The question is asking about n. So if I want to find the value of n, I need the value of p, right? Okay, so how do I get the value of p? Let me get the value of q first. So how to get the value of q? First, we have to get rid of n and p at the same time. So I'm going to take the second equation divided by the first equation. Okay, let's see what happened when we take the second equation divided by the first equation. So this is NPQ divided by NP, and this is 40 divided by 120. Okay, so do you notice that the N and P will disappear at the same time? Now we have the value of Q. Okay, just press your calculator to simplify it. So this is divided by 4, you will get 1/3. But we actually need n, right? It's okay. Because we know that p plus q is always equal to 1. P plus q is always equal to 1. Now we have the value of q. Can we get the value of p? Yes. Once we have the value of p, we substitute into this equation, we can get the value of n. Okay, P, I don't know. Q is equal to 1/3. P is equal to 1 minus 1/3. So from here, we know that P is equal to 2/3. So the next step, I'm going to substitute P equal to 2/3. Okay, so P is equal to 1 minus 1/3, which is equal to 2/3. Okay, substitute P is equal to 2/3 into the first equation. So n p, now I know p is equal to 2/3, and p is equal to 120. So n is equal to 120 divided by this 2/3. So you can press your calculator, or you can change it to multiplication, so that you need to here you need to flip over the numerator and denominator. Okay, divided by 2, divided by 2. So 60 times 3, you will get 180. N is equal to 180. Okay, now let's try one more question. It is known that K% of the pens produced by a company are defective. In a sample of 100 pens chosen at random, the variance of the number of pens that are defective is 1.96. There are two possible values of K. Find the smaller value of K. Okay, now K% are defective. Now the variance for the number of pens that are defective is 1.96. So from here we know that P is equal to K%, which means that P is equal to K over 100. So how about Q? You know P plus Q is equal to 1, right? So Q will be 1 minus K over 100. So do we have N? Yes, N is equal to 100. Okay, so given by the questions, variance is equal to 1.96. Still remember the formula for variance, NPQ, right? Let me write the formula first. NPQ is equal to 1.96. N is equal to 100. P is equal to K over 100. Q is equal to 1 minus K over 100. Now we have an equation here. What do we need to do next just to find the value of K? So we should be able to get two value of K, and the question asks for smaller value of K. Okay, here I can simplify it, divided by 100, divided by 100. Next, I'm going to do some expansion over here. K times 1, you will get K. K times K over 100, positive, negative, you get negative. You will get K squared over 100. Okay, this is 1.96. I'm going to multiply the whole equation by 100 so that this 100 can will disappear, easier for us to continue solving it. So times 100. Every single term here, I will multiply them by 100. So here will become 100k. Here will become k squared. Why? Because k squared over 100 times 100, you can simplify this way. Therefore, now we only have k squared over here. So this become 196. Okay, let me move all this thing, go to another side. Okay, I think I just keep here. Keep on the left hand side, but I rearrange it. Negative k squared plus 100k. This one I'm going to bring it to the left hand side. Minus 196 is equal to 0. Okay, you can press your calculator here. So let me multiply the whole equation by -1. If you don't want to multiply the whole equation by -1, you can actually use your calculator to help you solve the answer. Okay, the reason I multiply the whole equation by -1 is because that I want to make the coefficient of k squared become positive. Okay, once I multiply the whole equation by a negative number, all the sign here will change. Negative will become positive, positive will become negative, negative will become positive. Okay, 0 remain unchanged. But the number still a little bit big, so let me use a calculator to help me to get the answer. So how to press your calculator? I think it should be no problem, right? Press this one, menu, search for equation, simultaneous, polynomial, degree 2, highest power here is 2. Okay, so if you want to use a calculator to help you to do the factorization here or to find the value of k, make sure that you arrange all the terms nicely. X squared, x followed by a number. Okay, followed by the constant. And make sure that the other side must be equal to 0. Okay, you do not see anything here. It means the coefficient is 1, positive 1. You just need to press 1. Press equal. Okay, negative minus 100. Okay, and the last one is positive plus 196. The plus sign is already here. You don't have to key in the plus sign, is okay. You just key in 196. Okay, press equal, 98 and 2. So if you get 98, here I'm going to write minus 98. 2, I'm going to write minus 2. Okay, so this is k. Okay, now k minus 98 is equal to 0, or k minus 2 is equal to 0. So k is equal to 98, k is equal to 2. But the questions only ask for one value of k, which is smaller value of k. Therefore, this one not accepted. The smaller value of k is equal to 2. Okay, I think that's all for this video. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.